So going with the theme of travels and new beginnings, travels and beginnings, I'm going to be sharing a story na, just another story other one. So while other people are in the business of forgetting their past loves, I am in the business of remembering when we started. So here it is. Under the dim light of a street lamp, one cold September evening. Oh, and since my video, if you ever get to watch this, coffee tayo minsan. I remember the first time I went to her house. It was mid-September. She and I had only known each other about a month. One day after class, though I lived only a stone's throw away from school, I chose to get in the car with her in search of some adventure. The ride itself was nothing special. We just traced the outlines of familiar streets, buildings, and highways with separate memories accumulated over the years. This was how we bonded during that short trip. We weren't yet interested in what futures we could offer each other or what we were actually doing. So we filled the space between our bodies with words and stories of how our lives had been prior to meeting. In between stories, we exchanged smiles and glances that now feel so foreign, so distant. Somewhere during the trip, across busy streets, crosswalks, and intersections, we crossed a line that traversed more than the hours that had passed. Then the ride was over, and I found myself standing in front of her house with her by my side. Cautiously, she led me on. I was all too willing to oblige. Within the confines of her study, we did exactly what it was intended for. We studied each other, acquainting ourselves with the very rhythm of each other's breathing, the cadence of our hearts beating, and the surging feeling of our longing. Before long, the afternoon sun had set and we decided it was time for me to go. She worried that it was too late for me to go home safely, but I assured her that I had family nearby who wouldn't mind having me stay there. With that and a somber smile, she started out the door and I followed suit, secretly hoping she would ask me to stay just a little bit longer. But she didn't. Instead, she led me out of the house in solemn ceremony. Neither of us said it, but we didn't want the time to end, knowing full well that it had to. Besides, we agreed, there's always the next time to look forward to. There will always be a someday for our next times to run off to. Outside, the sun was already gone and the moon was having yet to rise. We exchanged words of thanks and enjoyment, as well as a promise to see each other again. She said she could only take me to the corner of the street, and I was all right with that. It was a chilly walk on a long night, which we spent in silence, as if choosing not to speak would fool time into freezing. But then we arrived. The only landmark at the drop-off was a single street lamp. Its light dim yet welcoming, as all lights are to weary travelers. It was there under the dim light of a street lamp one cold September evening that we shared a kiss. That was the first time. I got lost on the way home that night, and even though she and I aren't together now, I still find myself dropping by the street lamp whenever I'm in the area. It still stands there, alone, dim as ever. But the warmth of the memory we shared is always and will always be a welcome stop for the stranger I've become to her.